welcome to Movie Review Mom. Today the movie I'm reviewing is A Dog's Journey. It is rated PG, it's 1 hour and 48 minutes, and the grade that I gave it is a C+. I know you're probably going to hate me for that, but let me explain. First of all, we just had a dog movie, right? That one was called A Dog's Way Home. This one is the sequel to A Dog's Purpose. Confusing? Yep, a little bit. They're not related. But if you loved A Dog's Purpose, then you're going to like this one too. If you've seen that movie, then you've pretty much seen this one. So why the need for a sequel then, right? Good question. So this movie was harder for me to watch than A Dog's Purpose because my own family's dog of 15 years recently died. I bawled for days, way harder than I thought that I was going to. It kind of surprised me. Well, that's the reason for this sequel. Dog lovers are just as loyal as dogs themselves. So this movie is a blatant attempt at squeezing more money and tears out of dog lovers, in my opinion. Is it sweet? Yes. Are you going to cry? Probably. All of the comments that I made on my movie review of A Dog's Purpose pretty much apply to this film as well. It's kind of the same movie, and maybe that's my biggest criticism. All of that being said, it's still charming, and it's going to give you the feels. So here are some tips for parents. Your kids, first of all, are going to want a dog if they don't already have one. So be prepared to, decide if you're going to buy a dog or not. It's sad enough when a dog dies, but Bailey, the dog in this movie, dies over and over again, and it's sad every time. It's so heartbreaking. Now, reincarnation is a big theme, obviously, in the last movie and in this one. So if you don't believe in reincarnation, then this entire movie will just seem totally bizarre to you. And maybe transmigrate is actually a better description of how Bailey, this dog's soul, jumps into new bodies after it dies. The breeds are different, and even the genders are different. Each time Bailey's dog soul goes into these different bodies. So it's kind of bizarre, right? So good luck explaining that to your kids. If you believe that, then you'll just say that's kind of what happens. If you are maybe Christian and you believe in a resurrection rather than a reincarnation, then you might need to explain to your kids what the difference is. In my case, for example, I am Christian. I believe my spirit will be resurrected into my same body. It'll be a better body, but it'll still be me. It'll look like me, right? Whereas what happens in these movies is this dog soul goes into all of these totally different dogs. Like I mentioned, different breeds, different gender, the whole thing, which is just odd and makes you wonder, well, does that just go on for eternity? So anyway, these are some things that your kids might ask you about, so I'm just trying to give you the heads up. Good news is there's no profanity, which makes it very family friendly, and that is if you can handle the sad death scenes over and over again. So besides death and life, some of the other themes are one that Bailey says, he's voiced by the lovable Josh Gad. He says, I know that my purpose is to love people. And what's interesting is in A Dog's Purpose, it's more about his journey. And in A Dog's Journey, it's really more about his purpose. So it kind of seems like the two movies should have been titled opposite, right, of each other. But his journey is to love people in whatever body he's given. And then also Bailey says, things don't always turn out as we plan, but sometimes the surprises are the best part. And I agree with that in life too. The movie is obviously about love and family and journeying. Not just the dog's journey, but people's journey in this movie. So some of the things that I liked are, of course, Josh Gad. He has such a great voice. I love him in everything. Although I have watched his stand-up comedy, and he's got a pretty filthy potty mouth on him. Dennis Quaid has such a likable smile and a likable voice. I like him in both of these movies. I just really like him. And by the way, Bruce Cameron wrote the novel of the same name, as well as this particular screenplay. So congratulations to him and to director Gail Mancuso. She's making her big screen debut in this particular movie after directing sitcoms for a little while. And it's a bit of a coming of age movie about a young girl trying to find her way in the world, as well as Bailey the dog. And so in that regard, it's kind of her journey, almost more than it is Bailey's journey, or maybe it's equal. But there were some things that I didn't like, and that is that A Dog's Purpose seems like such a blatant cash grab that I feel a little bit resentful, you know? Maybe that's just me. Characters in the movie are either really good or really bad, and there's not much in between. And in reality, I think most people live in the in-between, in the gray zone, and they make good choices and they make bad choices. And so the characters seemed a little bit one-dimensional to me. There are plenty of canine bodily functions in this movie, and I guess that's supposed to be hysterical, right? I mean, the target audience is kids, so they think that's funny. Parents will just kind of roll their eyes, whatever. And then the central plot kind of bothered me because the whole big question is whether or not CJ, this girl, will find the right man to love. And that kind of surprised me because so many movies recently are all about female empowerment and how you don't need a man to be fulfilled and happy and all of that. And yet this movie kind of takes a step back and, you know, she's just trying to find the right guy to make her life complete and whole and right. And I don't know. So some people might be bothered by that. Whatever. Anyway, if you enjoyed the first one, you're going to enjoy this one. If you're not a dog person, then you probably should just pass. In the meanwhile, subscribe to Movie Review Mom. Go to my website, moviereviewmom.com, where you can see more quotes from the movie, funny lines, interesting lines, things that I learned, whatever, as well as participating in contests. And in fact, I want to have a new contest. And so let me know, comment below what kind of prizes you think would be great. The last prize I gave was it was a Fandango gift card to go see movies. Obviously, you love movies, and that's why you're watching this movie review. And I really appreciate your support. Be sure and subscribe, tell your friends, share this video, comment below, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.